Alright, I'm going to show you how to work with Shutterfly today. So first of all, go to shutterfly.com, just type it in and go to there. Go to the official site, and once it comes up, over on the side here is sign in. We all have the same account. You can always create a second account if you want to for yourself for working with. Shutterfly is a great place to keep things. But for class, everything's going to go into the same account. So do click the remember my email address. It makes it a lot easier when you're working on it. So it's lpg2017@gmail.com. I will let you know the password in the class and go ahead and sign in. And once it pops up, the first page here usually is some different things of sales that are going on right now, so you can take a look at those. It's got some of the last things that were handed in, different things going down the side here. All of these are the promotions going on right now, so that's there. In order to go to see what you're working on, I'm going to go all the way to the top, and off to the side here is My Photos. When you go to there, it's going to pop up with all of the albums. If it doesn't have the albums right now, it has a timeline up. That's usually where it will pop to. So go to the albums. And if this is not showing up at the time, you can click the button here and it either collapses or opens that. This has all of your names here. So in order to work with these, what you want to do is choose yours. So I'm going to go to mine, and on the side here I can go and I can add different albums to it. So in order to do that, I can either click back here, or I could again collapse and open up that. To give myself, as long as I'm in my name, to give myself a new album. Folders are your names, and then albums are each individual project within under your name. So I'm going to create an album, and I'm going to go there, and like we did the first day, you're going to do the last name, first initial, space, and then just whatever the month is, the 3 letters. You don't, like September, usually you're used to doing with the T on it, just do the SEP, whatever the date is that's due. So today is the 12th, and if there was an assignment due today, then you would put whatever word is. The next project we're going to do is cropping, so I would put that on there. I give you those terms, and on the projects you're going to be able to see that. So once you've done that, go ahead and hit create. If for some reason you were in the wrong spot, so I'm going to go back to here, and I can see that they're there. If for some reason you were in the wrong spot, if I went to add in here, down here is where you could change. Where you would see this, if this is not your name, go to here and you can drop down and figure out, and you can create new and all of that kind of stuff there. Create new would probably be a folder. I haven't tried that yet, but folders again are just where your names are. Albums are where the projects are handed in. So here I've got one that's named incorrectly. I've got just a number 1 in here. So I'm going to go, when you hover on it, it comes up with the actions on the top here. So when I click that, I have the option to rename it, copy it, move it. So if you got into somebody else's folder by accident, you could go to move to, and you can go in here and find where your folder is. If, oops, I'm going to go back. If you need to rename it, I'm going to go here and just rename. Let's say I just wanted to call this one crop and rename. Then you could rename them there. So each one, as you hand it in, will land on the back here. Don't go and move these around. You will be able to later on, I believe, but I don't want you to move them around for now. Just let them keep dropping on the last, because when I look and see which project you handed in last, I'm going to be looking at this one that's right behind the create albums. So make sure that stays with your most recent one. Once you click into something that has a picture on it, so I'm going to go to this one that has some pictures here. Once you do that and you open a picture, you have the option here to see it full screen if you want to, or you can double click it to do that also. Once you click it though and open it up, sorry, actually one click. Once you click once on it, it has it selected. So first of all, oops, I'm going to get off of there. First of all, watch and make sure which ones are selected here. Sometimes people select multiple and they do things like they want to delete or something like that, go to organize and want to remove it. They accidentally remove all the ones and they didn't mean to, so make sure you know which ones you're dealing with here. Under organize then at the top, once you've clicked one of the pictures, you can organize, you can rotate it, you can move it again to another folder in case you put it in the wrong one. You can copy it out. Typically you don't want to do that. Usually it's just once that you ever hand something in. And then remove. And then under here you could tag or change date. For us that's not important. So just know that that is there when you click it, that it drops down here. Create gives you the option to do things with different photo gifts and all that kind of stuff. You can certainly order from here if you want to. Otherwise you can also start another site for yourself and do that too. The email actually doesn't email the picture, it emails a link to the picture, so personally I would do it outside of Shutterfly to do anything that you want to do with that if you want to share it with someone. But there are some options in there. At the top here under people, once you click a little too close to something it keeps popping up like that, so just be careful that you stay down where you want it to. People, again, these are ones that you can send to other people. I would do it from a personal site as opposed to that. If you're in any spot and you can't see any of the albums on the side here, or the albums aren't an option here, click to My Shutterfly and that brings you back to the home page, and then you can go to My Photos. There's a few spots that I've run into on the new redesign of the site that I haven't seen the option on the top here to go to My Photos, and again up here under albums to work your way through. And you can kind of scroll around and look. That is Shutterfly.